If you manage a partner program, you definitely know the feeling. You pour in time, money, and tons of resources. But the results? Well, they often feel completely sporadic, almost like a roll of the dice. So in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how to transform that channel from a game of chance into a powerful, predictable revenue engine. And we have to start with a number that is, well, it's pretty staggering. Despite all the investment in portals, enablement, and incentives, fewer than 5% of your partner sellers are actively selling your products. Just think about that. That means 95% of the potential in your network is just sitting there, completely dormant. So this is really the central question we have to tackle, right? It's not about just getting more partners. It's about figuring out why the partners you already have aren't activating. And the answer, it lies in a really systemic problem that plagues most programs today. And that problem? Yeah, it has a name. It's called the dark funnel. This is the invisible barrier that's secretly sabotaging your partner program's performance and, keeping you from that predictable growth you're looking for. So what is it exactly? Well, think of it this way. You enable your partners, you give them all the tools, and then you wait. You wait for a deal to be registered. The dark funnel is everything that happens or, more importantly, doesn't happen in between. It's a total black box where strategy basically goes to die, and you have zero visibility into what your sellers are actually doing. And this visibility gap, it creates some very real, very painful business problems. For channel leaders, it means you can't forecast or prove ROI. It's impossible. And for your CRO, it just creates this pipeline volatility that absolutely wrecks revenue predictability. You end up with a channel that feels a lot more like a cost center than the growth engine it's supposed to be. And look, being blind like this has some severe consequences. Your forecasting becomes a total shot in the dark. You're making investments without even knowing what's working, often just rewarding the loudest partners instead of the most effective ones. And over time, trust in the entire partner program just starts to erode. And as a leader, you can't draw a clear line from your strategy to real, actual revenue results. So how do we fix this? Well, the solution starts with a pretty fundamental philosophical shift. We have to stop managing programs and start enabling people. It's all about moving from compliance to actual execution. This right here, this is the whole mindset shift in a nutshell. The old question was, how many partners do we have? Honestly, that's a vanity metric. The new, much more powerful question is, how many active sellers are engaging our target accounts? See the difference? This is about production, not just potential. Now, let's be crystal clear about what we mean by an active seller. This isn't just someone who, took a certification course. This is a specific partner salesperson who is actively executing a joint sales strategy and is directly contributing to revenue. They are the true unit of production in your entire partner ecosystem. And when you focus on this unit of production, the benefits are almost immediate. You convert those passive partners into active revenue producers, and you get actionable data on who is engaging which accounts. This lets you slash wasted program costs, all while increasing your sales velocity. Shifting your philosophy is the first step, for sure. But you need a system to make it operational. You need an engine to run this new model. And that's where a true revenue operating system comes into play. The solution really requires both a methodology and an engine. The methodology is called Structured Performance Partnering. It's a framework for organizing and equipping your partners to generate revenue consistently. And the engine that powers this whole framework is a platform called M3OS. I want you to think of it like a production line for revenue. It's that simple. First, revenue planning sets the target. It defines the specific metrics and activities needed to get there. Second, sales production gives those active sellers the actual tools like AI-powered sales plays to go out and execute the plan. And third, performance intelligence closes the loop, tracking execution against the plan and identifying exactly where you need to adjust. And this is absolutely crucial. This isn't just another static dashboard that you glance at once a week. The intelligence part is key. The system uses AI to reconcile the plan with what's actually happening in the field, and it recommends real-time adjustments. It's about moving from hindsight to foresight. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually deliver? Well, when you move from the chaos of the dark funnel to this kind of structured, predictable system, the results are, well, they're transformative. Let's start with the top line. Companies that implement this model see a doubling of their partner-sourced revenue.
We're not talking about some incremental improvement here. This is a step change in performance.
And get this, you achieve that growth while cutting your program expenses in half. Why? It's simple. You're no longer wasting your budget on inactive partners. You're focusing your investment where it generates a real return. So you've got double the revenue at half the cost. You do the math, that's a 10 times or even greater return on investment. This is how you turn the channel into a highly profitable and incredibly efficient growth engine. And this is what that growth looks like. It's not a series of random spikes and valleys. It's a consistent, measurable, and scalable upward trend. You're literally turning partner sales into a predictable production system just like any other part of your business. And here's a little look under the hood. This is the kind of 100% visibility that completely eliminates the dark funnel. You know exactly how many active sellers you have, which accounts they're engaging, what the engagement and conversion rates are, and the real-time value of their funnel. You can actually manage this, you can forecast from this. It all leads to this incredibly powerful conclusion. When you combine structure with intelligence and planning with performance, when you combine human execution with AI insight, growth stops being unpredictable. It becomes inevitable. So the takeaway here is clear. The old way of opportunistic partnering, of just, hoping for the best, that's finished. If you want sustainable, predictable growth from your channel, it's time to stop managing a program and start running a real revenue operating system.